Hello and welcome to my channel. It is me, the one, the only. My name is Moreno-leon. I am the drag queen, the Latina drag queen, the Selena impersonator here in our local town, Fort Collins, Colorado. How is everyone doing today? I know what you're thinking, this is not diamond painting, and you're correct. Today, I will be showing you guys how to sew a pillow. A little bit about me. I am here with the one, the only, my lovely co-host, Mr. Mubu. He is my partner, and in my videos, I do apologize. I am here with my family. They do interrupt at times, so I do apologize. Also, we will be, you will be hearing my dogs, and you will be hearing Mr. Mubu. So I do apologize. If that bothers you, please you know, you don't have to watch my channel, you don't have to subscribe or anything, but if you do like what I'm showing you today, hopefully I can hear from you, and if you know a thing or two about sewing, please let me know, because I just recently started. I think this is a good way for me to learn the basics, and I've been watching a lot of other YouTubers. I've been reading a lot on how to sew. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Today I am using two fabrics, which is provided by Waverly Fabric. You can find these at Walmart for $1.99. The measurements of the fabric is 18 by 21 inches. The first fabric we are doing is going to be the navy blue. On the other side is going to be the gray with the white ropes. I already went ahead and started, so what you're going to do is you're going to turn out the fabric inside out. So this is one side of the fabric, this is the back part of it. This is the actual side, this is the back part. As for the navy blue, it's exactly the same on each side, okay? What I do is I turn them inside out. And when I turn them inside out, I want them to be facing each other. So the gray with the white rope is facing one side, and the navy blue is facing the other. And you're gonna hold them up, and you're gonna lay them out straight together. They are both the exact same measurements, so you shouldn't have any really issues. There might be a centimeter or so off, but other than that, you shouldn't have any issues. The thread that I am using is an all-purpose thread. It is a navy blue, and the sewing machine that I am using, which is my very first sewing machine, is the brand is Brother, and the model is the XL3817. I will be also doing a video sometime soon on how to thread your machine, and if you do know the threading, or how to thread your machine, then let's go ahead and get started. So what I did is, like I said, I combined both of these fabrics together, and what I did is I bought these little bobby pins with the balls on them because they seem a little bit more easier to pull out. What I went ahead and did is I lined my pins along the edge to give me more of a guide of what I'm going to sew. Okay. Once you pin, and I will show you how to do so, since I already have 3 sides done, I'm going to show you how to do the other sides. So, let me grab my little salsa. I call this the tomato and jalapeno, but it is my pin holder, but I call it salsa. So let's grab salsa. And what I'm going to do is I'm taking my pin and my fabric, and I'm going to pinch it together. So poke it through one side, and then just real close, maybe about, I would say, a half an inch or a quarter of an inch, poke it through the other side and pull through. And you want to try to make your pins as straight as possible, because that is your guide way on how, pretty much on where you need to follow. So just a heads up, okay? So go ahead, and I'll go ahead and show you guys a couple more times. I do space my pins out about maybe the size of my thumb. So from here, I'll do another one. Just poke it through. and back out. Okay? Actually, I did that kind of high. So poke it through and back out. Okay? Once more. Thumbprint away. So about here. Poke through and back out. And pull. So if you see, pretty much your pins are almost about exactly the same length. Now some people like to mark those. If you are really interested, what I do is I use a bar of soap and I do my markings. 1, 2, 3. That gives you more of a guidance. Some people use a ruler. I prefer to use my pins. That's just me. I don't pin all the way around because you still have to fill your pillow up. Did I mention that we're making a pillow today? I'm sorry, I'm so nervous, but maybe I should have mentioned that in the beginning. Alrighty. So I'm going to leave about 6 inches of space, okay? This is the only place that's not going to be threaded, pinned down, excuse me. So, bear with me, this is my first time trying to do this. I want to make sure we have a perfect angle and you guys are able to see actually what I am doing. So, without further ado, I will be right back. So see. Alright, welcome back. Now that I have my sewing machine here, I am going to remove the first 2 pins, which this one was right here, off of one corner, okay? I'm going to move one side, and I'm going to move this side. And I'm going to measure on your sewing machine right here, these little markings, if you guys can see them. They're markings, and they say whether it's a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch, or 1/2 an inch. So to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use about 1/2 an inch, which is right about here. There's a marking on this side. I'm going to push my foot down, which this is the foot. This is called your foot. I'm going to push that down, and I'm going to start roughly right where the needle is pointing at. So I'm going to put that corner on that corner and clamp down. Now if you guys can see, there's about maybe a centimeter of fabric on this side from the needle. Okay? I would say about a centimeter, centimeter and a half. So what I'm going to do is I have my pattern set on 11 and my tension, which is right here, is set on 4. And I will go into that into another video, but for now, we'll just go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly start by with my foot paddle down here underneath the table. I am going to slowly start, and it's going to push gently, and I'm going to continue to follow that 1/2 inch marking. And I want to continue to stay as straight as possible. Okay? So I let the machine take the fabric. Okay? And it's still taking, and I'm starting to get to one of my pins. These are my little markings, these are my pins. Just take it right out. Let it guide you. Okay? And we will begin again. And we're still at the same measurement. Okay, and once again, I'm here at my next marking. I just take that pin right out. And we pull forward again. Okay, we're still at the same marking. Once again, I'm going to take out my pen and go all the way straight. And I kind of slowly lighten my foot off the pedal, and then I take the pin out again. Okay, so If you want to go slower, you're going to ease your foot off of the pedal, just like if you're driving. And then you're going to push down again, and I don't push very hard, I just go very lightly, and it takes it. Alrighty. Now we already finished sewing one side. So now we're just going to go ahead, lift up our foot, which is this guy right here. Your foot is off of the paddle, and you're going to slowly just turn your work, as so. Alrighty, so we're going to start the same way we did last time, okay? So we're going to only have about a centimeter or so of fabric. We're going to put our foot down. And let's begin again. Ready, set, go. Start slowly. I say start slowly and my foot goes all the way down. I'm so sorry about that. Alright, stop. We have another marking right here. I just go ahead and remove that. And remember, we're still following our 1/2 inch marking right here. We want to stay on that. Okay. I'm going a little bit faster. Like I said, you guys really want to stay on that 1/2 inch marking. This one I put a little bit way too much extra pins, so it's poking me. And if you do end up getting way too many pins, I do like to keep my tomato close by. And what I do is I just put my tomatoes back in, I put my pins back in to my tomato. Thank you guys for being so patient with me. Like I said, this is my first video tutorial on sewing. I am teaching myself how to sew. And I thought, what a better way than either to make curtains or a pillow. So let's go ahead and continue. The machine is just slightly taking the fabric. And I'm following my markings. Okay, I'm at my next pin mark. Slowly go again. Alright, here's our last pin mark again. Remove that little guy and continue to go. And stop. I'm leaving about another centimeter right here because this right here is about a marking. It's about a centimeter cube from this. So, once again, we are going to lift up our foot. What I do is I do turn my needle if it's not up. I turn my needle so it goes up, it rises up. So I turn that up, okay? And I lift my foot up and I just gently turn my work. And like I said, we're going to do the same exact thing again. Alrighty. So we already completed 2 sides. We're doing great. You're doing great. If you have any questions, go ahead, rewind. It's okay. Also, leave me some comments. I want to know how to get better or what I should do next time. But let's continue sewing, shall we? So now, once again, my foot is down. So I push my foot down. My foot is down. My needle is there. So are my markings. Let's follow the markings. Ready, set, and slowly go. And we're just going to go ahead and let that slide on through. And it's definitely doing that 1/2 inch marking again. So remember what I said, always use yourself about 1 centimeter of space. I take out my 2 pins and I rotate my work. Remember to lift your foot up. If your needle is not raised, please raise your needle. And we're at the 1/2 inch mark. Perfect. Let's go ahead, remove our pins so we don't get poked. Put the foot down. The foot is down. Now, let's let it just glide on through by slowly pushing on our foot pedal underneath the table. Here's another one of our pins. We remove the pin. Stick it back in your tomato. Sliding through again. Removing your pin. Alrighty. Remove our last pin. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to do something. Now that we have sewn all 4 sides, well, not 4, all 3.5, I'm going to lift my foot up, rotate my needle so my needle is raised, and I'm going to pull my fabric away from the machine. On this little side, this little plastic chip you see here, there's an actual razor there. I just go ahead and I cut it. Here is the fabric. It is all sewn up on the corners. I forgot to remove these pins, even though we already sewed above them. Don't want to confuse you guys. Everything is now sewn. But remember, I told you guys to leave a little pocket of space so that you guys are able to fluff your pillow. So what I do is I actually go ahead and I just slowly ruffle out the pillow. Okay? And there's a couple of different ways you can make your pillow. You can make it into a round square. You can make it into a straight square. I chose to do the straight squared pillow. Alrighty. So, like I said, we're unfolding the pillow. So it's kind of like a pillowcase. We unravel it a bit. Alrighty. Here is the pillow case. This is the cover of it. This is one side from one and one side from one. So one side to another. Okay, you just want to make sure everything is out. Make sure everything is just out perfectly. And remember, here is your pocket. Let's go ahead and let's start to fill the pocket. Fill it as tight or as fluffy as you want your pillow to be. If you want it not to be so fluffy, don't put that much in. If you want it to be super fluffy, fill it all the way up. Okay? What I'm using, like I said, is I'm using polyfill. I did buy a huge one, so I do apologize. Polyfill Premium Polyester. It's a fiber fill. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open it up and start filling, and I will meet you guys back in a second. Okay, welcome back. Now that we have our pillow stuffed and we have to close up I will show it like this, the 6 inches of space, what I'm choosing to do, and I'm going to do this a little bit different, I think. I'm going to flip this guy over and so that the blue stands here. I do apologize if the pillow hits the camera. I do apologize. Alrighty. So, it's really hard to see. I'm going to try my best to put this down. Your flaps of the fabric should be in, as so. Okay. Excuse me. Just as so. Make sure the flaps of the fabric are pushed down in. Oops. I like to slip out. Okay. So, it's nice and tight. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip these 2 fabrics into the machine. And with my pinky, I'm going to clamp down. It is clamped. Okay, let me just move you guys a little bit. I do apologize. Alrighty. I'm kind of doing this the opposite way. I shouldn't. Let me redo this 1 second. I want to see how I should do this. Some people like to sew the edging by hand. As for me, I'm going to go ahead and use the machine since it is a brother machine. I want to show you guys just what we're doing, okay? So where the fabric cuts off at, I'm going to do this side first. I'm still using my marking. I'm going to go ahead and do a 1/4 inch and drop. So hold it tight. Get right about there. Okay, the clamp is down. And slowly I'm going to push my foot down on this. And it's just going to go ahead and take the fabric as so. Okay, I'm going to remove my foot. Pull the fabric out. And of course, what I like to do is, just because it's just this little corner right here, what I like to do is I like to tuck it in. And I do cut the edges off. So if you have any loose strings, what I do like to go ahead and do is I like to just cut those bad boys off. So I'll use my machine right about there. And there you go. There is your guys' first pillow. Let me know what you guys think. Leave some comments. And let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for joining. Bye.